Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hear Me Out podcast. Thank you, Adrian. We got a lot to cover. Bit of a 2-week hiatus.
Yeah.
But we're back.
We're back.
We are back, better than ever. And we're going to start with...
a bunch of partying, you know.
Been partying?
Nah, I was kidding.
What did you up to on the weekend, Adrian?
What I got into the weekend? I watched Salah's Ballon d'Or, hopes go down the window.
Yep. Great.
And bowling.
Bowling, hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
And just watched Salah's Ballon d'Or, hopes go down the window. I watched...
Twice.
Yeah, twice.
Technically,
it did actually happen
twice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we'll get into that a bit later episode. Caden, how was your weekend? Eventful?
Nah, not
Exciting.
really.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Exciting.
Not really.
Let's jump into things, shall we?
Yep.
We'll start off with Champions League. A very interesting round of 16. Some obvious results, some surprising results, and some cracking ties.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start, Caden? Do you want to start with your beloved Arsenal, or was that... It was over after
I'm no
the
longer
first leg?
going for Arsenal in this Champions League.
No,
Okay.
that's fair.
I've hopped on the Dembele.
Weird to say as an Arsenal
Yeah,
fan.
I've hopped on the Dembele bandwagon.
Okay, yeah.
Dembele.
What a player.
Unbelievable. I can't believe that none of us had... You were the only one that had him in your top 10 for the Ballon d'Or.
I had him.
No, you had him.
So you had him as well. I was the only one that didn't.
Might hear me out though. It was PSG who made the Champions League final.
Yeah.
And
They
it's
could be
looking
well and truly on.
more and more likely now. They get Aston Villa next.
He is now the fourth favourite in the Ballon d'Or as well.
I did see that.
Yeah.
And that is... it doesn't surprise me.
That's fair. Especially if PSG do make the Champions League final.
And
Like
they
you
win
said.
the... If they win the...
I still wouldn't put him as
They
the
will.
top three at the moment, but
No, not top 3,
He
but
is.
top 5. I feel like he'd almost...
yeah.
You could almost... Not cement, but... I feel like you could put him in there.
Yeah.
Is it almost a favourite for top 5?
And like I said, he's a better football player than Vinny Jr.
Do you know what?
And you can't argue with it.
After Vinicius Junior's
Penalty miss.
attitude,
I know.
not even his penalty, his attitude after that.
Maybe
Madrid.
we owe Kane an apology for the
Everyone
for the
owes
Vinny
Kane a
disrespect.
I've never woken up so happy in my life
We
watching Vinny miss that.
I did watch that game live. He was terrible.
Yeah, me and Andy watched that game.
second leg, he was absolutely terrible. But his attitude after the game, so he played terribly. That
Yeah.
penalty missed,
Yeah, we saw.
and he gets saved by his teammate, and he goes to the crowd saying 15. We've won 15 Champions League.
You won
So we
zero.
rewind to the fact where I said he's not a shit player.
Yes,
His attitude is the worst I've ever seen.
and I think it's gotten worse
Yeah.
over time.
Yeah.
and I'm now starting to see it, and I'm agreeing.
It's always against Atletico for some reason. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like against Atletico Madrid.
Yeah,
And I understand there's been
absolutely
racist
hate
comments towards
Yeah.
him. I get that. But when you're played that
Yeah.
badly and you've been saved
Yeah.
and you're doing all this, patting the badge, saying 15, like, you haven't won anything
It gets to a point.
this season yet.
Yeah.
Relax. Calma.
Cut
They
him off.
might not. They probably won't even win anything this year.
And he came off in the 116th minute because they didn't want him taking a pen.
No.
Like you don't see the best players in the world getting taken off. Like imagine like 2017, Real Madrid. Oh, Ronaldo, come off.
Yeah, we don't need
Come
to.
off for a 17-year-old.
Yeah, come off.
It's
Like
like
the
He'll
best
score
players,
the
the
biggest
best players in the world do not get
not
taken
like
off.
And why would Vinicius take the penalty? I don't understand why Mbappe wasn't taking the penalty.
Yeah,
What's going on behind there? Mbappe is a far better penalty taker. He scored 3 penalties
and also
in one game.
I don't understand this
Keeper.
thing of let's switch penalty takers throughout the season.
I agree.
It should just be one penalty taker.
Yeah, 'cause
You're
it's-
designated penalty taker. Arsenal did a couple years ago when they were giving it to Havertz. Saka was taking a couple. Like when Chelsea, remember when it was Madueke and they were trying to take off Cole Palmer. I know he's the designated penalty taker.
I think it's just a battle of the egos. I think
Yeah.
Vinny thinks he's a top dog, and now he's probably not even.
It might be
probably not even the third best player on his team.
It might be something to do with he was the best player last year for the next. I'd say since 2023, he's probably been Real Madrid's best player. Now, someone of his stature, even more, Mbappe's come in,
Yeah,
and maybe he's trying to prove to himself that he's better. than Mbappe trying to take the number one spot. But I think Mbappe's proved that he's probably the number one option now on this Real Madrid team.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Big time.
So
he's way better of a big time.
They got to figure that out before they got Arsenal, which could be a tough draw.
Tough. It's almost like a similar to Atletico.
I think people have already written off Arsenal, but I reckon it could be closer than we think.
I think it's honestly going to be a 1-1 draw first leg.
First leg, yeah.
I think first leg will be a 1-1 draw, and we get battered 3-0.
I think the first.
Well, Arsenal got the home game first, so that's you feel like they can get something out of that.
You hate a second leg at the Bernabeu, though.
I do.
Oh well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would hate it.
Well, let's talk about that Real Madrid. Sticking on that Real Madrid game.
Yeah.
The Alvarez controversy.
I'd like to.
The double.
Get into it. I actually saw a video where Mbappe actually saw him. He called out the two touch. He actually called it out when he did it.
Oh really?
Yeah, but nonetheless,
I originally thought that because they had a sensor in the ball, that's what everyone was saying. Yeah, they had a sensor in the ball. That's why they could detect that he's been double touched. But apparently, the VAR went and they decided on like looking at his second foot, and they didn't go off the center of the ball. They went off actually watching him kick the ball.
So what actually happened? So did his standing foot hit the ball first?
Yeah, so he slipped. He slipped, but it was very close when he went to shoot it. It was very close to him. His left foot hitting, or his right foot, hitting the ball before his left foot kicked it, and he slipped. He scored. But I just don't understand that rule, really.
No, he definitely did. From what I saw, definitely did double touch.
Yeah,
but I don't understand how. First of all, you're calling it after he's taken it and before Real Madrid take their penalty. But secondly, there's no advantage for double touching the ball unless you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more of a disadvantage.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Look how close he was to missing it.
Yeah,
and I just don't understand that. Like someone else said, if the keeper comes off his line, makes the save.
Yeah,
they don't just automatically call it a goal.
Yeah, it's a retake. Yeah, it's a retake.
So I've not. That's the first time I've actually seen that. It
is the rule. Like obviously, it's the rule.
It's the rule.
It's the rule. But I reckon it could be changed after this because it made a lot of noise. That penalty.
But also, when you're calling a no goal right as Real Madrid take the penalty, it's sort of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Deflates the team a little bit. I don't know, but I think Atletico Madrid were a little bit unlucky.
Yeah, they were unlucky. I reckon they were the better team. They were the better team over 120 minutes in that game. I think at the end, Real Madrid kind of depleted. Atletico had their chances. There were a couple of chances at the end where they definitely could have scored. I thought they were. There was one where Correa should have cut it back.
That one we should have cut back, and he does it a little bit there.
But yeah,
I think Atletico. I think they did. They stuck to their game plan like Simeone did.
Yeah,
get an early goal and sort of defend and sort of push for that second goal, which they were very close in doing so. Obviously, the Vinicius Junior penalty that could have put them up, but it wasn't to be. But I thought Atletico just maybe a touch unlucky.
Yeah,
but so Real Madrid go through. Should we talk about Dembele, PSG,
Liverpool?
How Donnarumma is the greatest goalkeeper.
Honestly,
in the world right now.
He is one of the greatest shots.
Something about him.
It's a penalty take.
Something about him in England.
These Italian goalkeepers.
They're unbelievable.
Unreal. It helps that he's 6'8" though.
It does help. Big units in goal.
I saw him in real life.
He's
chunkiest bloke I've ever seen.
Hey, he doesn't need to be.
Yeah,
he's a big.
I think there's one man that we need to talk about. I think it's Salah.
Mohamed.
Yeah, over 180 minutes. Nearly 200 minutes over that game, over that Champions League tie, and I don't think he contributed at all. I don't think he got locked up by Nuno Mendes that second leg especially.
Great though. He's been really
obviously Salah's been one of the best players in the world, but
no, not Salah. I don't give a shit about Salah.
Okay. I thought you said Salah.
He's been really good this season.
Well, the whole PSG team has been very good,
and that's why they've been in the Champions League this year.
Winning is
interesting,
a very huge goal because they will have to play either Barcelona or Dortmund, I believe, if they make it through. Which
they're versing
Arsenal.
Was it the other side?
Arsenal, Real Madrid.
Other side, sorry.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Real Madrid.
But yeah, I think it's weird how the PSG look the most dangerous than they have for the last, I reckon, 8 years or something. Because I feel like they've always had that one, ever since Neymar came. I don't know if I've said this before, but they've always had that one star player.
Messi, Neymar, and Cavani.
Yeah, Messi, Neymar. Oh, hey, that's a story. Have you heard about that?
No.
So we went to the Perth Glory game on Saturday.
Yeah.
And there was like these kids behind us, and they're talking about like the best like trios ever. Like, we got MSN, Messi, Suarez, Neymar. We got MCM, Messi, Cavani, Neymar. I don't think they. Hang on, I don't think they played together.
It's a different continent.
Sure, but
yeah, he's having
such
confidence as well. He's
Cavani.
He's good at.
Good true. I'm surprised he actually knew who Cavani was. To be fair, I had to give him his props. But yeah, anyway.
Can't wait for this game to go to extra time and penalties.
It was a league game.
It's a league game. 2 relegations.
Poor kid. If you're watching, keep your hopes up. He could be watching.
He could be.
Anyway, we're talking about PSG. Yeah, I was saying this is the first year that haven't had their star, really good like star player.
Yeah,
I think it's been Neymar, then Neymar and Mbappe, then Neymar, Mbappe, Messi and Neymar left. It was just Mbappe. Now they've all gone. I think they've found a balanced team, and they look the most threatening in the Champions League they've looked in years.
I think they're the best in terms of like. There's no big names on that side.
Yeah,
no. But like, if they get hot, Giancarlo Ramos, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele.
Yeah, because before the season, like no one thought Kvaratskhelia was probably going to be their main player.
I actually didn't think they were going to win the league.
No one thought like Dembele would be this good. Everyone obviously like he has the talent. But no one thought he'd live up to it this season for PSG.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But also the depth they've got as well. Like you're looking at who they were able to bring on against Liverpool. They were able to bring on Warren Zaire, who's an unbelievable starter. Yeah. They got to bring on Giancarlo Ramos. We know he can finish goals, but even Lee Kang-in.
Yeah.
Who was actually very good for PSG last year, but even someone like Kimpembe, Lucas Hernandez, they didn't even need to bring him on.
Barcelona's not even in the starting lineup, I don't think,
They sort of rotate him in and out. But, like, their team is unbelievable. Even their midfielders.
Yeah.
Fabian Ruiz,
Neves, João Neves, one of the best midfielders.
All I thought that, imagine Verratti besides. Like, think about the midfields that Verratti's had for PSG.
And now this is what they bring in.
Imagine that he was beside Vitinha and João Neves. Oh.
But they look very deadly. I think Kane was the only one that had them going through against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And they look very deadly.
I put my hand up for that.
I
put my hand up 100% because I had Liverpool win. I had Liverpool win the Champions League, potentially a treble. I think I said that last episode.
I knew they weren't.
I had them going to the final. I had them not winning the final, but
yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know Salah would stink it up that badly.
I did.
You did,
and that's why.
Okay, fair enough.
Any other legs that particularly surprised you? I mean, Leverkusen not scoring against Bayern.
That was
very big. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that red card in the first leg, but even then,
is this the year? Jude versus Musial.
Well, you forget that we can still have an El Clasico.
That's what I put as my prediction.
I think that would be the most exciting.
El Clasico.
Yeah.
It was not even close.
But I do want to see is a PSG Real Madrid semi. That would be like Mbappe back to PSG. That would be sick.
Imagine he loses.
And imagine that would actually be incredible.
That'd be so
PSG
good.
Win.
It's very possible.
And it's like Mbappe, you're the problem.
He would as well.
Yeah.
The coach the manager would 100% say that because he fucking hated his guts when he left.
That is hilarious. But then moves on to Bayern versus. Oh, yeah, no, go on.
Can we talk about Barca?
We can. I was going to get to them later on the episode. But
yeah, just shut up.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Just shut up about it.
Because they versed Benfica.
Yeah.
And they dominated over 2 legs, I'd say. Lamine Yamal. I'm lost for words. I have no more words.
I think he fell into a slump, but now he's just picked up something again.
That game against Benfica. That might be one of the best performances.
His assist for Rafinha
I've seen
was unreal
from a teenager ever.
And you forget he's 17.
And he watches a lot of teenagers.
Okay, pause.
Only through over 18. It's the only teenagers I watch. Actually, Yamal's 17. He's 18 soon, I think.
He's 18 years.
Yeah. I was mesmerised by that performance from Yamal.
Could we be looking at one of the greatest players of all time? Yeah?
Yes.
Better than Messi?
Yes. No, but close.
You don't reckon?
I reckon by the time he retires, he could be. Like,
so you don't reckon a potential Champions League and he's probably his second.
If he wins the Champions League this year,
he's on track. He's on track
to be better than
to his
name. A champ. Guys, we could be talking about a treble.
Barcelona
treble.
They've already won the Super Copa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Copa del Rey.
Where are they in the league?
First. They're joint with Real Madrid, but Barca have a game in hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just incredible.
But their front three is unreal.
Yeah,
Rafinha.
He's been playing out of his mind this season. Well, he's favourite for Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, for a reason. He's leading the Champions League top goal scorer for Champions League. I think he's equal with assists.
Assists as well. Yeah.
I think honestly, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Yamal can all be top 5, top 6 for Ballon d'Or.
I think they can be
easily.
I think they can be top 4 even. If Barca are going to win the Champions League,
that front three will be.
I think Rafinha and Yamal have already.
Who wins it though?
Who wins it?
Who wins it?
Ballon d'Or.
If Barcelona win Champions League, they win the league. I think if that happens, someone from Barca will definitely win it. Yeah, shit. But who would you think?
I'll see. Right now, I think for me, top 3 would probably be, Yamal, Rafinha, and Pedri.
I reckon Pedri gets up.
But Pedri doesn't get talked about.
He doesn't get the praise.
He doesn't
because he's just a.
This is what I think about Pedri.
He's just a role player though. He's just a.
He's not.
In terms of like.
No. I'll walk out of this room.
You got Lewandowski, Rafinha, Yamal. Pedri's the guy that feeds. That's his role. But the main guys that get the job.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. Also, I agree. Yeah. Okay. I also agree. I think he doesn't. I think because of GA, he doesn't get the praise.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. But his role is to distribute the ball. That's what.
Yeah, midfielder. Yeah.
Yeah. No shit. But I'm saying that's why he's never going to get the praise because Rafinha is currently absolutely carrying Barcelona.
Yeah. I think Rafinha this season has obviously been probably their best player, and that's why everyone's got the focus on him. Pedri's been doing this. I think we forget. Pedri's been doing this for about 6 years now. He was a young player of the tournament at the 2020 Euros before Musiala, before Jude, but he's the same age as them because he's been doing it for so much more, and he's like the same age because he's been doing it since he was young. I think that goes by everyone's heads.
I just wanted to say that I feel like Lewandowski is not as important to this team as Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. I feel like if you take out either Pedri, Lamel, or Rafinha, I feel the team's very different.
Yeah.
I feel if you take out someone like a Lewandowski,
you can.
He's replaceable, but however, I will say his finishing is unbelievable.
It is so strange to think that if you told me about 3 years ago that Lewandowski wouldn't have as much as an effect on a game as Rafinha would.
Yeah,
you'd be.
I would probably break your jaw.
You'd be.
You'd say, "Oh, by the way, he's favourite to win the Ballon d'Or."
That's true. Yeah,
locked up in a mental.
If someone said that
because
in 2021, cancelled straight away.
But what a journey Rafinha.
I think I also think it's incredible how Yamal's 17, Rafinha I think is 27, and Lewandowski's 37. They have a 10-year age gap between them three, and they're absolutely killing it. They're probably the best front three in Europe right now.
Yeah.
I think Pedri has been the best midfielder in the world. He's been one of Barcelona's. I think the reason why Barca is so good this year is because of Pedri. He won the man of the match. He won man of the match in both games for Benfica home and away.
Why do you think he gets overlooked?
I think the main reason is GA. It's because he doesn't. People they'll look on the stats. Oh, he has 2 goals, whatever. But if you actually watch the game, he's the most impactful player on the pitch every time I watch Barca.
See, that reminds me of 2 very special people that we know. two cousins who are exactly.
Oh yeah, those cousins.
Who only look at GA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, but
it's almost like a Sergio Busquets.
Yeah,
like younger kids now would never appreciate what he did.
He's almost stats.
And if you watched his highlights,
incredible.
You would think that he had scored 50 goals a season because of how
the way people talk about him,
played and the way he talked about. But
I think it's I would say it's maybe the younger generation that goals and assists are now the new. Goals and assists are the only thing that matters on a player. If they're not scoring or assisting, then what's the
player? They're not really affecting the game.
But I think Pedri this year has been the best midfielder in the world. If you watch him over those two ties, he was incredible. I put him top 10 in Ballon d'Or. He's almost just like an Iniesta regen. Yeah, I don't know. I do love Pedri.
I also love him too. He's just but he's, like you said, he was doing it for so long, and I think people almost not starting to like.
Because I think like Jude and like the Judes and the Musialas, the Wirtz, they're pretty much all the same age. They've only really broken through the last 2 or 3 years. I think like since like 2022, 23.
Yeah.
Pedri was there when Messi was at Barca.
Yeah.
Pedri was playing with Messi when 2021. Young player of the tournament at the Euros. He was incredible for Spain 2021. I think he gets overlooked because the hype's not there anymore. The hype was 2021, 22. Then these new guys came along. The hype's gone. They kind of forgotten about him, but he's still been so consistent for those past 5 years.
That's true. He's been very consistent. Few injuries.
I think injuries. Yeah, injuries is. Yeah, injured. He got injured in the
start. Nevertheless,
but I think injuries is the only problem with him. But besides that, his ability is second to none.
Well said, Adrian.
Thank you.
Give him Pedri.
I think I might need a Pedri jersey now.
Oh my days.
Pedri jersey would be nice. Oh, should we talk about just a little, not preview, but so we got Bayern versus Inter next game, the Champions League.
That will be a tough draw for Bayern.
Arsenal, which we talked about.
We all predicted Bayern Inter, didn't we?
I think so.
I think
Barca Dortmund we all predicted as well.
I think I picked Lille to go through over Dortmund.
Oh, I think I was.
But that was
I'm not too sure.
Close, game,
I'm not too sure who I picked.
I picked
Bruges over Aston Villa. I think
I picked Dortmund,
which was bad. Yeah, but anyway, what are the quarterfinal matchups?
They were the quarterfinal matchups. You mean semi-final?
Yeah, sorry, semi-final. No, quarterfinals.
That was quarterfinal matchups.
Yeah.
Bayern Inter.
Did you read them all?
Bayern Inter, Barca Dortmund, Arsenal, Real Madrid, PSG, Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Which will all be very good games, I think.
PSG is so to finals.
I think PSG.
It's not even
you feel like PSG, that game, that could be over in the first tie.
Yeah.
It could be a 4-0 win, easily.
But how good would it be for Aston Villa to make the semi-final of a Champions League? That would be
incredible.
Very interesting.
Like Kane said, like Emi Martinez is going to get booed in France.
Oh, he's going to get killed. He's going to get killed in France. I hope he does. All
right. Now, let's move on to the Premier League. I want to talk about something sad. Cole Palmer missed his first penalty for Chelsea.
Yeah.
And
was he 13 for 13?
Slump.
Yeah.
Ever since. But however, in a silver lining, Chelsea have moved up to fourth.
Yeah.
In the EPO, and thankfully, Man City have dropped some points, which has allowed us to.
I think Chelsea as a whole have kind of, ever since they're allegedly in the title race, I think since then, I think they've taken a gear down.
Yeah.
And they've kind of not been up there, not been their best.
No, they haven't.
Especially Cole Palmer, who's their main player.
Well, look at the game week just gone. Arsenal-Chelsea. I heard snooze fest.
Yep.
I can openly admit I didn't watch that game because I felt as though it was just going to be
exactly
the way it was.
The first half, there's a lot of tackles, a lot of slowing the game down. I wouldn't say diving, but there might have been some diving. I think Chelsea had like one chance in the first half, and then Moreno scored that goal, and then after that it was pretty much just
the super striker.
We do have to bring someone up though. I already talked about him just before.
He did.
Enzo
Fernandez.
Biggest bitch of all time, by the way.
I can't disagree, nor will I agree, because he's from my club.
He is.
Is he turning into...
What do we say here? Why?
Is he turning into a Bruno Fernandes of old?
He is the biggest crybaby bitch of all time. I don't think it's close. I don't think it's remotely close. So, Fofana can stomp on Declan Rice's hammy. Declan Rice gets up, shows Enzo his literally stud marks in his leg, and Enzo calls him a bitch. I don't think it's even close.
No, that's fair.
This guy,
I can agree with that.
I may get cancelled for this.
No,
It's not. Don't worry.
I think we might have to blur that.
No, we won't.
Yes, we kind of have to.
Absolutely won't.
That is, I think, a literal death threat. Which
I didn't threaten anyone.
Yes, I think you did.
I didn't threaten anyone.
I think you did. I think we might have to cut that out. Anyway, I think. I think Enzo's been one of the best midfielders in the Prem this season.
Anyway, just want to quickly talk about Man United, and more importantly, Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
I think I've watched a few videos recently of how he's been getting quite a few flowers over the past
I put my hands up. I apologize because I think I said a couple episode ago that the reason why Man United was struggling is because they didn't have that star player.
I do remember that.
Yep. I said they didn't have that, the person that can change the game for them.
Which was
like the Sakas, the Salas, the Cole Palmers. And I think Bruno is now one of those players. I think I've forgotten what he's done ever since he's come to Man United. I think the players around him have kind of brought him down in a way, but he's risen up and he's affected those players with his individual brilliance, and he's brought them back to winning form as of recent. Yeah.
Drew to Arsenal, beat Leicester.
And I'm talking about Bruno Fernandes here.
Yeah, Europa League hat-trick
against Real Sociedad. 2 pence. I'm just saying, I feel like we need to give him just to credit him just quietly, just quickly.
Yeah.
I think he's helping Man United.
I think he does deserve. I think
strong.
He's one of those non-likable players, but I think
stinks.
You can't. Yeah.
But he's very good.
But yeah, you can't discredit his ability.
I will say his response to Roy Keane about the criticism he's got was very good.
I didn't see that.
With class. I can't remember word for word what he said, but I watched the video. It was a couple days ago, but he he handled it with class, and I think he's becoming the captain is that they need right now.
Yeah, because I think that was my problem with Bruno in the past. I didn't think he was the right person to lead Man United as their captain, because he'd cry, he'd dive, all these shenanigans on the pitch,
everything like that.
But
I think he got 3 red cards in like 5 weeks.
Yeah, I think people forget about it. He's had 3 red cards this season.
Never had a red card before in his career. 3 red cards. Like a month.
I just feel like he's been very good.
That's maybe why people kind of
were off him for a bit.
That's fair.
Fair, but kind of forget that Bruno Fernandes is probably one of the best midfield, probably like a top 5 midfield, top 10 Prem midfielder the last 10 years.
And that's fair to say. I can't deny
that.
Team of the weeks. Jump in that team of the week. Prem team of the week from this game.
There's only 8
match.
Games
Match day 29.
Yeah, a couple buyers.
All right. Let's start.
I'll start, I guess. So I got Leno in goal. Good win against Tottenham. I don't think there was many defenders that caught my eye. I think Milinkovic was probably the only one, but conceding 2 to Ipswich, I don't think I can really have you in. So I put old reliable Robinson. Two Fulham players there. All reliable, yeah. And then I went for midfield of Alanga and Bruno Fernandes.
Nice.
Then up front I went for Larson.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep. Strand Larson.
Mine's
cheeky brace.
Mine's actually almost very similar, except I did put Milinkovic in.
Yeah.
Instead of Alanga.
Yeah.
So we got Leno, Robinson, Milinkovic, Bruno, Strand Larson. That's
Yeah, there was only 8 games, so it's kind of a
There wasn't. I don't know. For me, there wasn't too many standout players. I feel like Mamush could have been in there. I played a pretty good game, but
Mamus
drawing to Brighton.
Mamus.
covering some points, but
yeah. I got Raya, Robinson, Milinkovic, Alanga, and Strand-Larsen. I think they're all very similar.
Yeah, very similar.
Easily, the Chelsea game could have gone another way.
Yeah,
if they just got on form in terms of their shot. Cucurella almost scored. That was pretty shit from Raya in terms of trickling across the goal face. But I mean, Robinson, he's been
unreal
mentioned more times than my name's been mentioned in this podcast. So he's a fan favourite from all of us. Milinkovic scored an assist. I mean, you have to, even though he conceded 2 to Ipswich, it was shit. Alanga, he's been also mentioned about the same amount of times as what Robinson has.
He's had a very good season.
He's had a lovely season. Strand-Larsen, for a bloke who doesn't get that much game time,
no,
he makes every minute kind of count. I think it's been really good.
Yeah, nice.
All right. I want to move on to Liverpool just quietly. We talked about their Champions League
very quietly
exit. Hey, maybe not be so quiet. So Champions League exit, Carabao Cup loss. We've gone from a potential quadruple to the last few weeks / last month to now only winning 1 trophy. However, at the start of the season, they weren't really predicted to do anything like this.
Yeah, I think everyone thought it was like new manager come in, settle into the Prem, but he's about to win it first season.
Do we feel like it's I'll put quote unquote successful season for Liverpool?
That's a good question.
I want to start by saying yes.
Yeah.
Because of what the expectations were at the start of the season.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, bringing in a new manager after 7-8 years of Klopp, trying to move on to a new system and doing it well. I heard someone say on a podcast that it's not that Liverpool have been unbelievable this season, everyone else has been shit.
Yeah, I also heard that because there was a question going around that's saying, are Liverpool the worst Premier League champions of all time?
Yes.
You think
I think it might. I think we'll look back at this and it'll just be recency bias.
Yeah.
I think
just because of the season, because I think Salah's about to have one of the best seasons
easily,
of all time.
Yeah.
Van Dijk has been. That's what I heard him say as well. Van Dijk and Mo Salah have only been unbelievable.
I think they're looking based off Champions League and based off Carabao Cup, and they're saying it's the worst Premier League champions of all time, which that doesn't matter to Premier League.
No, it doesn't.
I think it doesn't help the fact of
it doesn't help. Obviously, it doesn't help the fact
the main contenders have been shit. Obviously, Liverpool.
Obviously, Man City had that.
But Man City injury troubles, everything like that.
They had that 12 game.
Yeah. They had a massive losing streak when Pep was deciding whether or not he's going to re-sign. Obviously, that must have affected them.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Arsenal losing Saka for half the season.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, we weren't going to win the league, so it's all good. I think, and realistically, you can tell that obviously other teams are underperforming because a team like Nottingham Forest have been great.
Yeah,
but they're not a top 3 side.
They're not going to be challenging Liverpool. They're not going to be challenging these big teams.
They're not a top 3 side.
Yeah,
they shouldn't be anywhere close. They should be Europa League, if not Conference League.
Yeah,
no shit talk.
It's one of those seasons where
it just shows that, like, I wouldn't say this Prem is an easy one for Liverpool, but it's definitely.
But they've
definitely switched on when other teams have switched off.
Yeah, okay.
Which, I mean, if Arsenal win the league when it was like this, fuck, I'd be like,
absolutely. What's the verdict there? You're still happy, but you got to remember it's still a 38 game. You have to be on for 38 games.
Best team for 38 games.
It's not exactly like a Carabao Cup, or what is it like?
Yeah,
10, 12 games.
Yeah. 16, I think it's like 16 or something.
10 games. Like, it's not
you have to be consistent throughout.
And realistically, in those kinds of games, you can almost play for a draw, play for penalties.
Yeah.
And, not that, that's the strategy.
You don't really play for a draw in the league.
Yeah. I think it's a bit
maybe get a little bit.
But I think it's a little bit unfair to say that they're going to be the worst champions, because
you can't really. Yeah, I think in a way you can't really be like, oh, everyone didn't try or everyone was shit, so that means Liverpool was shit as well.
Just because you're not scoring over 90 points doesn't mean you're a shit champion.
Yeah.
I think it's literally. I don't think it's the shittest.
No,
they could get over 90 points still though.
Can they?
How many
They're on
points?
70 with 9 games left. I suppose they can. If they win all their games, yeah, they'll get. They've only lost one game.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Yeah, to John Durant.
They've lost one game, and people are going to call them the worst. Like,
yeah.
No, I don't believe it.
Wasn't it at home?
Was it?
I thought it was
at the start of the season. No, they lost at home.
1-0. Oh, 1-0. Yeah, that's right. That was, yeah, literally. Start of the season. It's like the third game.
Was But yeah, and that's the point I was getting was that just because they were knocked out of the Champions League and lost the Carabao Cup, I don't think it's necessarily an unsuccessful season for Liverpool.
I say that, yeah, because you look back at this in what 5-10 years, and about they won the Prem that season. They'll look at Salah scoring 68 GA. They say that's a pretty successful season for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Well, obviously I probably didn't even think they were going to finish top 6 this season.
No.
Yeah. So obviously every team board has halfway points in terms of what they want. Obviously they probably would have wanted to play Champions League. That's what they're doing.
Probably going a bit
to win the league, but then obviously at that halfway mark where they realised they were going to be good this season, obviously I reckon their team board would have said, all right, we're going to go further than this, we want a cup.
Yeah.
Obviously they haven't. I think in terms of that it's unsuccessful. But in terms of the Premier League,
and from expectations from the start of the season, yeah.
Exactly. From start to half, obviously 38 games.
Yeah.
So you have a big gap in between halfway. Obviously things can change.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm Arsenal and we're on track to win the league and we're confidently one of the best teams in the world, why would we only want to win the league?
That's yeah.
So I think when they've had the big chance
to go for
titles, literally, and they haven't, I think it could be deemed as unsuccessful, but I don't think it'd be deemed as. I don't think they could fully 100% deem as unsuccessful.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a good point to bring up.
Yeah.
We talked about Mo Salah, Dembele a little bit. Do you think Mo still has a chance of Ballon d'Or?
It's really interesting because I feel like in my head, he's
been the best player.
I feel like the thing about the Ballon d'Or is I think you have to be consistent throughout the whole year.
That's fair.
I think that's one of the main reasons why maybe last year Jude wasn't really
as up there.
1 up 2 because he kind of fell off as the end of the season came.
Yeah.
But I think if you look at consistency throughout the whole year, I think Salah probably is up there. You could say Rafinha as well. I think it might be between those two at the end of the day when it comes down to it to win the Ballon d'Or. But it's really tricky because Salah's obviously having a literally record-breaking season for Liverpool in the Prem, but the Prem's not the only league in the world. You have to think Champions League is obviously a big part.
Bit of continental success.
Yeah, but this year's different because obviously there's no international trophy to be won.
Yeah,
so it'll be based off club football. And if you look at it, I think it will go down to whoever goes furthest in the Champions League. I think if Barca win the Champions League, it'll be maybe Rafinha. If Real Madrid, depends how Mbappe goes throughout the season. If he scores another 15, 10 goals, he could be potentially win it. But I think Champions League really is a big factor in this Ballon d'Or this season. And Salah unfortunately missed his chance. So I think because of that reason, he may just miss it this year.
Which one could say would be his final chance.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you have to have a replica season to this season next year, which I don't think will happen.
And he's probably not going to even stay at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Apparently Van Dijk's even... not Van Dijk. Apparently Luis Diaz might not even re-sign.
Luis Diaz.
So.
Chiesa.
Nunez.
It's your time, Sean.
Yeah.
Chiesa.
Scored
a goal in a Carabao Cup final.
Just to lose.
You've never seen
that. We'll always have that. Chiesa.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
All right. Dembele. Ousmane Dembele. Some stocks.
I think he's got. I think he'll definitely be top 5. He'll have a chance, especially if PSG win. How many? Yeah, I think because of his just the way PSG have been playing this season. If they make the Champions League final, I think he has a good chance of winning it.
Oh, if they, 100%. I don't think there's been as dominant as. Let me rephrase. I don't think there's been a better, consistent left wing this year.
I agree.
Fair point to say.
He's always either bagging 2 assists a game, or he's scoring.
Yeah.
So he's always doing something to help the team somehow.
Whether it's the right or left.
Yeah. Spot on. He can play either, which definitely helps. But I just think purely he's just hit that next level. And now he's kind of just... No one would have guessed he's Ballon d'Or. Even close to Ballon d'Or.
No, not at the start of the season, no way.
But, I mean, just looking at... Obviously, PSG's a bit of a farmer's league. But... if you win it and then pretty much...
Well, if you win the Champions League, it's the best.
It's the best... You're the best team in Europe. Yeah. So it's...
The best.
It's a bit hard to go back from that. I think if you're carrying your team the way Dembele is, in terms of...
You have a good chance.
Overall GA, you have any person with a great chance.
Yeah. I agree.
We did touch a bit about Barcelona before. But how do you feel like this front three... We did sort of talk about it before, but how do you feel like this front three sort of... What's what I'm looking for? How do you feel they fit in sort of one of the best trios in history? Not just for necessarily Barcelona, but for, I guess, world football. So like we were joking about before, your MCNs. But how do we feel like they fit in with the MSNs, the BBCs, I suppose you can say the Man United trio of old up top.
LLR.
LLR.
Is that it? LLR. Lamine.
Oh, no, it's
LYR. Ryle.
Real.
LYR.
RRL. Rafinha. Robert. Lamel.
Robert. You can't have 2 last names and then Robert in the middle.
Yeah. No, because BBC. Bale Benzema. Cristiano
Ronaldo.
Yeah. Well, we need to find a good name for them. But yeah, I'd say this season's... I think it's one of the best seasons from a front three we've seen in a while. Oh, yeah. I can't really remember the last time a front three has been this consistent throughout the whole season. It's always usually just one player stands out, and then they two, they'll get a couple goals and assists along the way.
We've got Lamel leading the La Liga in assists.
Yeah.
Lewandowski's top goal scorer for La Liga, and Rafinha's leading top goal scorer for Champions League. Yeah. Which is unheard of, and I just...
Lamine Yamal has 29 GA, which is, and he has, and the eye test is, he's just incredible.
Phenomenal.
Well, he's doing it at 17. I don't think we probably never seen.
Is he left-footed or right-footed?
Yamal left.
He is left-footed.
Yeah, he's left-footed. Okay. Yeah.
I was saying the amount of goals.
You know what he reminds me of? Who? It's going back today. It's like a young 2013 right wing from Barcelona.
Oh, I don't know who you're going with. And I'm
Messi?
No. He's talking about...
he's close.
He's talking about Alexis Sanchez.
Oh, Alexis
Sanchez. He's really close.
No, Yamal's definitely nothing like Alexis Sanchez.
Right, thanks.
Yamal's way better.
Not like that.
Yamal's way better.
But yeah.
I agree.
I think he's another one where it's the question of... It's not if he wins the Ballon d'Or, it's when for Yamal.
I think it'd be within
I think it's not even when he wins it, is how many he'll win.
Wins.
Yeah.
Well, the rate he's going... He's not going to break Messi.
He'll be the same age as Jude Musiala and all that in 2029. He'll be the same age as he'll be the same age as Mbappe in 2035, 2036.
That's
Wait.
The math's right there.
That's a terrible fucking
No, 2034. He'll be 27 in 2034.
When it really took you that.
How
did you get that wrong?
I don't know.
17.
No, 17. No, because he was born 2007, so 27 plus 7, 34. That's crazy. But I think Rafinha. I think we need to give Rafinha his flowers.
100%.
I think he deserves Ballon d'Or.
I remember having this guy in my EPL fantasy team for Leeds. He was, to be fair, he was putting up numbers for me back in the day. But 100%. I agree. Give him his flowers because he's been unreal this season.
Yeah.
I think. He's probably. You could say he's been the best out of the three, but
yeah.
The next question is, where do they go after Lewandowski finishes? And how many more years of this Lewandowski do they think they have left? And who they
maybe I don't really see him staying for much longer. I'd give him 2 years max. Then they have to bring.
I'd give him 2 years on the dot.
Yeah. They'll probably bring another striker. We'll have to see.
No shit.
That's a good point.
What an idiot.
I reckon they will also bring another striker.
What an
who
idiot.
knows? Maybe they'll play Pedro up front.
He's get his 2 days up.
I think they'll replace him with another striker.
I think so.
It's good shit. They'll probably get someone from La Masia.
Hear me out.
Bold knowledge.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go bold.
Barca signed striker to replace striker. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I think they'll probably find someone from La Masia. They'll bring in someone who will score.
Yeah, that's true.
Who will score 30 goals. A bit of Suarez regen.
They're not going to struggle to sort of entice players like perhaps an Arsenal.
Yeah,
the strikers.
I think if this project goes well for Barca and they keep playing this attractive football, people would want to.
Yeah, but do they have the funds though? That's the thing. That's the only annoying thing is do they have the funds to keep up with something?
That's probably why they. Well, to be fair, they should just keep bringing players from the academy. It's clearly going well.
It is,
yeah.
Because Yamal.
They got a good system down there.
Also, Kabasi has probably been one of the most underrated.
Oh,
I think at the start of the season he was getting talked about. I think as of recent he hasn't been getting talked about much.
When Dane Hoyson comes to Barca,
he's the Lamine Yamal of centre backs. Lamine Yamal is probably like the top. He is. He's the Lamine Yamal of centre back.
I think that here's the issue.
You can't say how many Ballon d'Ors is Lamine Yamal going to win.
Okay,
and then
of centre backs.
You can't say centre backs though.
He is because we're talking about someone. We're talking about
Harry Maguire.
No. That's
he's the Harry Maguire of Lamine Yamal.
He's the Lamine Yamal of Cannavaro's, I'd say.
That's I like it.
No, because
I agree with Adrian though, and I understand that when the hype dies, so does the opinion of the player.
Yeah.
I think
because Yamal's obviously he's like up here. He's probably top 3 right wings in the world, if not the best of a Salah. I think Kabasi might be a top 3 centre back in the world as well. The way that Barca have been playing this season, they've got, I think it's like something over 140 offsides because of their high line. And Kabasi is the one that can.
He's sort of the last man.
He's the last man, but he also has the speed to go back when
the through ball comes through.
Yeah, when it comes through. He's excellent defending. I think we saw for Real Madrid when they won 4-0, clean sheet. Well, they had 8 or 9 offsides, whatever it was. And I think he's been exceptional. Probably a top 10 centre back in the world. And it's crazy because he's still 17 as well. When you think of centre backs, you don't think of of 18-year-old strikers, these wonder kids, 17-year-old strikers, wingers. You never thought about a 17-year-old centre back, and the way he's playing this year is incredible. Kabasi.
Apparently I do.
Watch some Kabasi film.
Apparently I do. He went from a top 3 centre back in the world to a top 5 centre back in the world to a top 10 centre back in the world. So
he's all of them.
I must need to.
He's all of them. Oh,
just need to watch him.
Pal.
Alrighty. Let's get into my favourite segment, the Hear Me Outs.
Hear me out.
We have 3 Hear Me Outs from 3 individuals.
Ooh, thank you guys.
Thank you guys. We've moved up from 1 to 3. So thank you guys that commented.
I've seen these, by the way. Caden has
seen all of them. So Caden is the only one that hasn't seen them. We're going to start with one from Mr. Sweet J11.
Oh, Mr. Sweet J11.
Mr. Sweet J11. We appreciate you. Hear me out. Prime R9 over Prime CR7. And I think the key word here is prime.
Yeah.
We're talking about CR7 at his best. R9 Ronaldo at his best. Who's better?
I'll be real. I think it's quite disrespectful to CR7 that this is a thing. I will say though, if you're going to say prime R9, prime CR7, I'm obviously taking prime CR7. But I think if you're talking about strikers, I think R9. I know I might edge it to CR7, but I think R9 as a striker.
He's going to edge CR7, I think. Pause.
I'm not going to edge him, but I think as a striker, R9 could potentially be the best striker we've ever seen.
Well, there's a reason that Ronaldo played left wing on his own team when he was in front.
Yeah, that's my point.
I don't think he was. Obviously, he's an absolute unit.
I think ever since Juve, when he started playing striker, really. So he's had about 7-8 years. Maybe late Real Madrid, he might have played striker a little bit.
His prime was a left wing.
Yeah.
So realistically,
but you also, I don't think they're talking about positions here. So you're just taking prime
positionless.
Because I think if you go positions, you could make a case for R9 for striker.
I make a huge case.
But if you're going off just,
I think like skill, ability.
I think Ronaldo.
That's
CR7. Yeah.
I think it's closer than people think if they're talking prime. I'm going to give it to CR7.
Yeah.
But I think it's closer than what you think.
Prime R9 is like, I think Prime R9, I can't speak much on it. I wasn't even born when he was in his prime. But I think Prime R9 is like Mbappe times 5 today.
Probably weight-wise as well.
Yeah. Nah, that's late in his career. But like all the clips I've seen of this guy, I obviously can't say because I haven't watched.
But he doesn't look like he
I haven't watched a full 90 minutes.
No, all the clips, he doesn't look like he actually ran at all.
I think 2002 World Cup 2-0 that he scored both those goals, the most 2 nonchalant goals in a World Cup final ever.
I'm saying there's a reason we got his jersey hanging up on the wall here and not Ronaldo's, not CR7.
We don't. Oh, we do. Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, you only
and it's signed. It's signed. I'm going Prime R9 because of the signed jersey.
There's a reason we have it on the wall.
He's here in spirit.
Yeah.
He's watching over him.
But yeah, I think R9, incredible. Sorry, Mr. Sweet J11, but I'll have to go with CR7 on this one.
I'm also going to go CR7.
Yeah.
But I think, and I did speak to Mr. Sweet J11. He did tell
you know him?
He told me in person. He did say it's a lot closer than you think.
Yeah.
And I think that's a fair point to bring up, that it is closer than you think. However, I think that maybe the way that the teams that Ronaldo was on and maybe the trophies that he won in his prime maybe edges him.
Yeah, obviously.
A bit more,
but CR7, you can't fault.
I didn't feel like you want to say something here. You look like you're about to.
No, I'm going CR7.
CR7.
Okay. Nice.
Speaking of, we got another CR7 one.
Who's this
I
from?
know Caden's not going to like this.
Who's this one from?
Look at Tony 07.
Oh, look at Tony 07.
Hear me out.
Thanks for the comment, man.
Hear me out.
Same age as Lamine Yamal, bro. Look where you are and look where Lamine is.
Hear me out.
Sorry, love you, buddy.
Ronaldo can easily do it in top 5 league. Now, I'm not sure exactly what he means. If we're talking
very
prime Ronaldo, if we're talking right now.
So what did he say? Ronaldo can easily do it.
Do it in top 5 league.
I think do it means like he'll be
dominate.
Be like a top 5 striker.
If we're talking right now, no.
No
chance. If we're talking right now, he could not hack it in the Premier, especially the Premier League. We saw it.
Well, he's getting carried by John Duran.
I also want to preface that he's unbelievable what he's doing now, the amount of goals he's scoring in the Saudi League. But we have to say that it is a Saudi League.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same as, same goes for Messi. I'm not comparing them to.
For me, their careers ended in Europe.
Yeah, 100%.
Both Messi and Ronaldo, for me, their careers ended in Europe.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
Messi is scoring unbelievable because he's versing, not to be disrespectful, but Americans.
Yeah,
Americans. Who aren't exactly...
they're not. Football's not the best.
Football
is their.
Did you see?
Football.
No. Did you see the?
Football's their first sport. Soccer's their second sport.
Did you see the header? Did you see the header winner their striker scored the other day into Miami?
I think I did see that.
Bro.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday?
The worst goal
I think
I've ever seen. He headed it. I saw it, but it bobbled 3 times, and the keeper's like.
Yeah.
And he's dove into
I think there's a reason why they don't Ballon d'Or and all these. Don't really consider them into the Ballon d'Or top 30s when with these players playing for their.
We forget that Wayne Rooney dominated the MLS as well.
Yeah,
he was unbelievable.
He was a
40-year-old, like a 36-year-old.
Only one. I still remember that one play where he lost the ball, and all the team was up because it was like a 91st minute winner. and he was the only one running back from striker, ran back, dropped their player, ran back up and whipped it in from probably the halfway line, straight onto someone's head, scored a goal, and everyone celebrated with the player. And he was just there like...
Did all hard work and got through.
Yeah, literally.
Anyway, back to the hear me out. I think if we're going off right now, no, definitely.
Absolutely not.
Obviously, in his...
Yeah, obviously, he was one of the best players in the world in his prime.
I think maybe in the Bundesliga, we don't know about Bundesliga and League One, but...
I think he's talking about right now, though.
We're talking about right now, no.
Ronaldo could do in top 5 leagues.
No chance. That one, if we're talking about right now, that's a very hot, extreme...
If you're talking about right now, no, obviously
that's
not.
Like, I'm not even touching that. That's that hot.
That's hot. That's like when the waiter brings
that's
you...
like steam's coming out. I don't want to touch that because that's too hot.
Burn yourself.
But we're talking about prime now,
but we're not talking about prime now.
Yeah, we're talking about right now.
That's fine.
I think,
And then we got one more. From Adriano Valenti, 4365.
Thanks for your comment.
Thank you, Aid.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Let me guess.
Rashford right now for Aston Villa is and will be the best left wing in the Premier League this season.
Bro.
He is saying, and he is...
Yeah, because that question's quite vague. It's like, will and... and will be.
Will be for the rest of the season.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to say that...
Yeah.
So
right now, as we're talking...
Yeah, we want to preface...
On the 18th of March.
Wing, not attacker.
Left wing. I will say I disagree. I think Anthony Gordon has been the best left wing in the Prem. He still is. Obviously the red card, but wasn't in the Prem.
No.
I think Anthony Gordon's been the best left winger in the season in the Prem this season. I don't think Rashford would even be top 5 maybe. He'd be lucky to get in. I'd probably go Luis Diaz.
Yep.
I think who's
Arsenal's Martin Norm?
No, I wouldn't say Martin.
I'd say Trossard's better than him though.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the left wingers in the Prem right now.
Off the dome.
Liverpool, Luis Diaz. Yeah, I'd go Anthony Gordon, Luis Diaz.
Matoma.
Matoma.
Close, yeah,
More left mid, but still left wing. You can still put him.
Oh yeah, I'll probably take Matoma over Rashford right now.
I can still give.
Do we consider Son a left winger?
Yes.
Or has he played more striker this season?
He barely starts for his own team.
Who?
Rashford.
Yeah, but I feel like the impact he's made instantly.
Impact is.
Just hear me out. I think his impact. And I watched his Champions League performance. He was very good. Against Club Brugge.
He is still a very good player.
I think he's no. I will say he's not the best left winger. I think towards at the end of the season we could be talking he's resurged himself, and going into next season he could be, the Rashford.
Yeah.
That was at Man United. But yeah, right now probably not the best.
I think Rashford's another one that we forget. People think he's like 23, 24, but he's like 26, 27.
Yeah, exactly.
He made his debut in like 2016, 17 season.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago.
Scored against West.
But I'm not trying to hate, but yeah, he's been... I think he's definitely improved Aston Villa.
Yeah.
This season.
100%.
I'll tell you who has improved more. Marco Asensio.
Marco Asensio has been very good.
I like him.
Yeah.
He was always very good.
Good signing for Aston Villa.
I always liked him. He's just maybe not find his place, his home.
His true spot, yeah.
His true spot, but
yeah.
Aston Villa look deadly. Their front three look very deadly.
Interchangeable as well. A lot better.
Yeah.
So if they hear me, I'll disagree.
Yeah, same.
Alright. Adrian, I heard you had to hear me out.
I do have a hear me out.
As do I.
Beautiful. Yeah, hear me out. Okay. Hear me out.
Hearing you out right now.
We've hated on this man this episode.
Oof.
I'm gonna bring the mood back up.
If we hated on.
Bring the vibes back up because I think he deserves it. Mohamed Salah.
Okay.
Is a top 3 Premier League player of all time. And I can give you my top 3.
Okay.
That I believe top 3 Premier League players of all time. Henry, number 1.
Yes.
Henry has to be number 1.
Yeah.
And then you could go, I think it might be Rooney. and I'd probably go Salah right now.
That is, I think, fair to say.
It's hard to disagree with you. It's literally about to break a record. So
yeah, so that's I think what he's done since he's come to the Prem, first season, top goal scorer already for a Premier League season. What he's doing this season is incredible. I think he's probably got two PFA Player of the Years.
Yep.
Probably going to get one this season. He's going to win the Prem twice.
Second Premier League, yep. How many golden boots would that be for him?
I think maybe 2 or 3 now. I think his first season he got it. I think he might have got it. I think he shared it. I think the year they shared it, maybe.
Yep.
Don't know if he was involved with that, but maybe 2 golden boots. We can confidently say. And I think just his impact he's had for Liverpool over the last 7-8 years. Big 6 games, always performing. I think he has the most goals against Man City in those.
You were
and Man City are the team that's been dominating the years he's been here. So I'd say he's probably been the best Premier League player.
I think that's a fair
top 3 Premier League player of all time for me.
Let me hit you with something here. If he were to, let's say, stay 2 more years, but perform badly, do you feel like that hinders his top 3 spot? Do you feel like if he were to leave now, he's already sort of cemented that? Does he have to maybe stay 1 more year to sort of...
I'd say no, because I think Rooney and Henry were a top 2, and Henry came back that 1 year for Arsenal. I don't think people will remember that.
He didn't really come back as a player though. He kind of came back as a fan.
Yeah.
To fully send it off.
Rooney had those years with Everton at the end of his career. That one with Man United where he wasn't really the best. But I think if Salah stays for 2 more years, has like maybe a 20 GA season, doesn't really have. I'd still think he's a top 3. Because if you stop it right now, I think he's still a top 3 player of all time.
You don't feel like, that's fair to say. Is there anyone you're sort of taking out of that top 3 that was sort of in it before him? Because I feel like you look at someone like an Alan Shearer, who's obviously dominated in the early 2000s, but you sort of maybe forget about his name a little bit. Yeah. Maybe someone like I won't put him top 3, but maybe
Harry Kane,
Lampard, Gerrard, Harry Kane as well.
Scholes, De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne might be is up there. He's leaving soon. You could say. See, people would probably say Ronaldo as a player, but I think
you could put Ronaldo if he played a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think if he stayed if he was in his prime here, in the Prem, you could argue he's a top 3 Prem player of all time.
Easy, but
I think I think Rooney. Let me think about Henry. He probably had 8 years or 6-7 years in the Prem. Which he was the best player, I think, for every single season. He had the very only 2020 season.
Yep.
Invincible.
Well, Mo Salah should have
the goal catalogue that Henry had.
Oh, yeah, Arsenal. Unreal.
You can count as many goals as you want that he's had, and I think just the eye test.
Yeah.
He was so fast and dribble.
2 APLs did he win? 1 or 2? Part of the Invincibles.
I think 1.
Just the
one.
Just 1. And then Rooney, probably, I think he's top. I think he's 200 plus goals, 100 plus assists. I don't know how many you can count. Premier League titles he's won. Yeah. Maybe 5 or something.
Yeah, heaps.
And I think also Rooney. I think he's also influential in a way. I think in the 09, 010, I think everyone knew who Rooney was. Yeah. Even if you were, even if you
wasn't even playing football.
Yeah, I think everyone knew. It's actually crazy that everyone knew who Rooney was. Like, if you ask a random, American or Australian to name one Man United player, I think they'd all say Rooney.
100%.
It's crazy how influential he was.
Huge.
In the early 2010s.
No, I do like that. I do like that. Top 3.
Yeah, it's not even a hot one.
Yeah.
Hayden?
Okay, sit back.
I'm
just going to read you.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to read you something that a report came out literally this morning.
Hayden?
Literally this morning came out. His comeback follows an agonising 9-month absence from international duty and a staggering 2-year drought without a goal for La Roja. Alexis Sanchez stages a thrilling return to the Chilean national squad. Get ready for it. Chile qualifies for the World Cup this year.
Oh, qualifies. Okay, thank God.
Qualifies.
I read on your...
And then goes on to win it.
No,
then goes on to knock out Argentina.
Because I read on your
goes on to knock out Argentina.
On your notes, I said Chile to win the 2020 World Cup. I was like, oh God. But then I heard you say qualify. Okay, that's not bad.
That's fine.
Qualify. And Alexis Sanchez finishes.
Actually, I was going to say home nation. Not really. They're close. It's Mexico.
Yeah, it's close.
Close enough.
5 GAs.
In the World Cup.
He's not going to play.
5 GAs in the World Cup.
Here's my hear me out. Alex Sanchez to announce his retirement for the 2026 World Cup.
That is more likely to happen than 5 GAs.
It's definitely not.
They probably will qualify because now there's 48 teams in the World Cup anyway now.
More of a chance.
But yeah, that's like...
That's a good way to end the...
I think that's...
Hear me out segment.
Lava. There's lava. There's lava.
There's not hot.
There's the sun and then there's that hot take.
Not. All I'm saying is that when I was scrolling through my phone and I saw Alexis Sanchez, his Instagram, he posted with a bag and he just said, Chile, ... It was all over my screen in that instance. That's all I got to say. Look, all I'm going to say is that you just need to leave your hear me outs, follow our socials, everything like that.
Yeah.
I think we're going to end it on that one.
Yeah, we can end it.
We could have ended on Adrian's one. On the coolest page of all time.
We're ending on this one.
Mark my words, it'll happen.
Thank you guys for the hear me outs in the comments.
Make sure keep commenting.
Spotify, if you're on Spotify.
Oh yeah, Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify with those little ears of yours, make sure to rate us 5 stars. Anything else, guys?
No, just give us some topics that you guys might want us to talk about.
Can't look at me if they're listening.
The hear me outs. We're loving the hear me outs. Keep them coming.
It's probably the best segment, the most exciting segment of the show.
And if you're listening on Spotify, you can also share it to your Instagram story. Maybe share it, tag a friend.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Get as many people to subscribe as possible. We're trying to build a good channel here.
Let's trying to feed the family here.
Yeah.
We're just
trying to quit our day jobs.
That'd be nice. No, we're trying to build a good community of football like-minded people
in Perth, especially
in Perth, and hopefully we can do some big things in the future. But for now, hit that like, subscribe button, share with a friend, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.